We represent the earth, sometimes a part of it, by globes, maps, sketches, and plans. Each of these representations have various advantages and disadvantages. This is the chapter from Geography section about maps. In this chapter, we will learn about what are maps, components of a map, directions, distance, symbols, types of maps, political maps, thematic maps, physical maps. What is an atlas, sketch, and plan? Now, let us learn about what is a map. In fact, the word map has its origin in the Latin word mappa, which means a napkin. Maps are a diagrammatic representation of the Earth's surface or part of it. It normally shows the natural features and man-made structures like roads, towns, bridges, etc. A flat surface is ideal to read from. It is because of this that maps were used instead of globes. Maps became popular as they are easy to handle, easy to store, can have large amount of details. It is also an accurate representation of the earth or a part of the earth on a flat cloth, paper when drawn according to scale. Here is the differentiation between maps and globes. A globe is difficult to carry or handle, while maps are easy to carry anywhere. Globe does not show details, but maps can have large details on it. On a globe, only a part of the earth can be seen at one glance, while on a map, one can look at the whole of the earth or a part of it at a time. On a globe, the details of geographic features cannot be shown, but on a map, they can show various geographical as well as man-made features. Now let us learn about the components of a map. First is directions. Directions are an essential part of a map. As stated earlier, a map is a representation of the surface of the earth and therefore any person using it would need to correlate it with the ground first. Second is distance. Distance is a very important aspect of any map. It shows the relative distance between two places. Third is conventional signs or symbols. Maps give you a lot of information about the surface of the earth. This information is not in the form of pictures, but in the form of symbols. Now let us learn about the components of a map in detail. In directions, we have cardinal points, compass, and grid lines. Cardinal points are the four principal directions. They are north, south, east, and west. Then there are intermediate directions also. They are located exactly at the center of two cardinal directions. They get their name from the two directions on their either side. Second one is compass. The most common instrument used to locate direction is a compass. It has a magnetic needle which is balanced on a pin. Third, grid lines. Maps normally have a network of vertical and horizontal lines. These are grid lines. These help in locating a place on the map. Second component of a map is distance. Distance is a very important aspect of any map. It should be possible to measure distances between two places marked on a map with accuracy. For this, maps denote the scale a map is made of. So what is a scale? Scale is the measure of a map. It is a ratio between the distance between 2 points on the map and the distance between the same 2 points on the ground. It tells us How much distance on the map represents how much distance on the ground. The scale of the map can be shown through representative fraction, in which the distance can be written in the form of a fraction, verbal or statement scale. It gives a written description of the scale, graphical scale. Scales are also shown on a map in a diagrammatic form. The user can use it to measure distances on the map. Component of a map. Third one is conventional signs and symbols. Maps give a lot of information about the surface of the earth. This information is not in the form of pictures but in the form of symbols. These symbols depict things because it is not possible to show the actual size and shape of different features like roads, bridges, and lakes on the map. These symbols are common across the world so that people can easily read the map. They are also known as the conventional symbols. Here are some examples of the conventional signs and symbols. Children, please go through these signs and symbols that are usually used in the maps. There are some other features too. Use of different colors seen on the map. Many distinct colors are used on the maps to distinguish greenery, deserts, or snowy surfaces. For example, for water bodies, blue color is used and brown is used for mountains. A map also have a title. It would state what kind of information is provided in the map. Now let us learn about the types of maps. There are three types of maps: political maps, physical maps, and thematic maps. What are physical maps? These maps depict the physical features of the earth in greater detail. They depict the mountains, hills, plateaus, rivers, ravines, seas, and so on. Different colors are used to depict heights of mountains and depths of seas. Political maps. These maps depict the political divisions of the earth. They show boundaries between countries, states, districts, cities, and neighborhoods. The other details of rivers, mountains, etc. are very few or non-existent on such maps. Third one is thematic maps. The maps depict special themes. It can be a road map, rail map, weather map, wind or rain pattern maps, industrial maps, agricultural pattern maps, forest map, and such varied themes. Here is the example of the three types of maps. In the physical maps, you can see the physical divisions of India. In the political maps, you can see the boundaries of the different states. And in the thematic map, it is based on a particular theme. Now, what is an atlas? Atlas is a compilation of maps of different patterns and places. They have sets of maps of different regions compiled in the form of a book and can be easily carried and studied. What is a sketch? A sketch is a rough map. It is not made to scale and just gives a broad guidelines to find or locate a place. These could be made freehand or made by using geometrical instruments. They are not accurate in dimensions and may not be accurate in detail as they are not based on survey by use of instruments. Third one is plan. A plan is a map of a very detailed drawing of a building or a structure. It covers the length, breadth and height of buildings and spaces. Such details cannot be shown on a map and these are different from each structure. Normally, architects make plans for houses, buildings, factories, offices, etc. They may have many details like water lines, electric lines, placement of furniture, etc.